Hello, entrepreneurs. My name is Bimal Shah. I'm on a mission to make pioneers out of entrepreneurs by helping you achieve your 3 year goal in 1 year that's tied to your 25-year vision and 5 year moonshot. I do it through weekly sprints and 90-day leaps. This is the Pioneers Academy podcast, and I'm on a mission to make a million pioneers. And I thought this podcast channel will help you achieve your 3 year goal and jump to the next level. I'm going to be showing lots of training and lots of great episodes, so join on this podcast and get all the training and resources you need to achieve your 3 year goal in 1 year and make yourself a pioneer. I wrote 13 books, Becoming a Pioneer, and you can get all those 13 books on Amazon. We're going to give away to every listener who listens on this podcast a $100 Amazon gift card so you can get all the books and learn how to become a pioneer.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Pioneers Academy podcast. I'm April, and today we're diving into something that could completely transform how you grow your business, the Grant software, created by none other than Bimal Shah. This platform takes the confusion out of grants and turns them into a simple, powerful tool for scaling fast. So, if you've ever thought grants were too complicated or out of reach, think again. This conversation will change your perspective. Right, Bimal?
Absolutely. So this is a patent pending software that I've developed, and it basically for consultants and trainers and even individual companies, who can find people who can provide the training, can provide the grants for them, and help get revenues. It will help them make $1 million or more. So imagine, the software doing all the grant work for you. So really excited to talk about this topic. It can change everything for lots of coaches, consultants, and trainers.
It's really exciting, and this is really interesting also, Bimal. So, without further ado, let's get to know more about this topic for today. What inspired you to create the grant software, and how do you see it shaping the future of business scale up?
So the first thing, I was doing this over and over again and being successful at almost every single client application and getting them grants. We had a minimum of 100,000 per client. So if I've been doing this, I feel like there's lots of consultants and coaches and trainers, like me, who would like to, grow their business. They have great talent. They provide great resource to their clients. I can build a software, that can do all the grant writing, can take all the complexities of the grant, and could be as easy and as simple as answering a few questions and putting in some basic data, and the grant software will do all the things for the company and prepare the grant, and they can use that to apply and get money. This way, now they can go to their clients and say, listen, I can take your company from point A to point B, and you don't have to worry about paying me. So, because the grant will take care of it. So, this software, compared to all other softwares that are out there, they cost money, and it's hard to measure how the software will help you make money. This is the only one that can actually make you money, in fact even make you money before you even pay for it. So we provide a free trial where you can take the result from the software, and actually that software will provide you something that you can take to your client and say, let's get started with the grant. Now once they say, yeah, let's get started, you just start and subscribe into the grant and get started. So it's a great way for consultants, coaches, trainers, and even individual companies. If they've been working with specific consultants or coaches, then or trainers, and they would like to utilize them, but they feel like, we don't have the money, but they can use the software to now get the money to pay for those consultants that can take their company, because coaches, consultant, trainers can make an amazing impact on companies. They bring in insights, direction, strategies, structure, complete transformation, that otherwise, if you're running a business on your own, you may not be able to. So this is a great platform and a great tool for all, to take this to the next level.
That's fascinating, Bimal. And every one of us is wishing that hoping also that there was an easier path. And it's really exciting to hear how you took those experiences and turn it into something that actually helps entrepreneurs to move forward. So this is really exciting.
Absolutely. So
Now,
this is
Bima.
like putting my
Mhm.
brains into programming and saying that, okay, let my brain do the programming in a software and do the work for, people like me. So there are, lots of thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of, coaches, consultant trainers. And this is actually designed to help them, make at least $1 million a year.
Exactly, Bimal. So thank you for that brilliant idea of yours. Now, Bimal, entrepreneurs also often set these 3 or 5 year goals that feel so far away. So, how does your software specifically help shorten that timeline and accelerate results?
So one of the biggest challenges and main thing for companies and we're trying to scale is providing structure for their team, providing structure for their marketing, operations, sales, all the 12 different functions, financials, leadership, customer service, technology, human relations, innovation. So this takes into account all of those 12 core functions of the business and builds around a grant. So you can now get a grant to apply and do the work. And now you have consultants and coaches who can use that and say, we can come in and take your company from point A to point B in 4 different 90-day leaps. And we have spoken, in previous podcasts, all those 4 different leaps. And, those 4 leaps can, now take the company from their 3-year goal in 1 year. And we're also working on a software for that 490-day leap as well. So that is also the future coming and it's being worked upon. But right now, the grant, is something that any coach or consultant that is working out there can utilize. And if they have a system of training and coaching and consulting with their clients, but they would like to, go to the next level and make an additional $1 million with 100,000 revenue per client, this software will do the work.
Really interesting, Bimal, and I can imagine that entrepreneurs feel more energized and motivated when they realize that they don't have to wait years to see big results by this brilliant software that you have created. Thank you for that, Bimal. So, can you walk us through some of the key features of or like how does the grant software actually make the grant process easier and less intimidating?
So grant, requires a specific skill of grant writing, structure, organization, and the process of doing that and getting the approval. So I've done this over and over again for hundreds of grants and gotten every single one of them approved without, no fail ratios. So 100% success. And now I built it around where clients can put some data and, they can put some data initially. So the whole purpose of this is, a lot of coaches, consultants, trainers, they have to make a lot of clients to make $1 million if they're starting out. So this software takes out that pressure because the first million is the hardest. And if they can make $1 million from just 10 customers, they can easily live their life, do the work, be really dedicated to those 10 clients, and have a great, income and revenue stream and a great life and do the work. So this software actually does that, which allows them to get 100,000 grand per client. So imagine, business, if I told you that if you were a consultant coach and you only needed 10 clients, you'd say, I can manage 10 clients very easily. I can do that and I can, be completely dedicated. I don't have to hunt for new clients. And if these clients had an average stay of 3 or more years, then that's even better. So that's what the software does. It software allows the coaches, consultants, trainers to actually, take this and say, okay, now I just have to get 10 clients who don't have to worry about paying. I just have to find the right companies who have the problems that I can solve, which there are plenty of them. Almost, if you look at any other company, there is plenty of companies that have problems that need to be solved that consultants, coaches, and trainers can solve. And this will allow them to now approach them and say, if I could get the money to pay me, would you allow me to come in and solve your problem? Absolutely no brainer. So that is the whole purpose behind this. That is the key feature of the software. And so the very first thing in the free trial, what we offer, and if I offered, you can go to the show notes below. There is the link you can click bit.ly.the funding forge. You will click on the show notes below, and you will see that you have the option to pre-qualify and see, because this software again is for the right fit. So, once you answer a few questions, you can also go to the website. It's coming out soon, thefundingforge.net. And it's grant fuel for exponential growth for consultants. So this is grant fueled exponential growth for trainers and consultants. And it is the basis where, you are building close to anywhere between 50 to 100,000. So we have three levels: $1 million level, which is the base level. So the base level itself is built at $1 million. So you are getting, almost like 100x, revenue ROI on your investment in the software, because the starting level is $1 million, where you get 10 clients and you get 100,000 per client you make. And even if you didn't make half of that, it's still 50x, of your investment. So this is where we're providing you, where you can test the software and actually make money. A lot of softwares that are out there allow you to do free trials, but you only get the look and feel for it. You don't get the results from it, when you do the free trial. Or here, you'll actually get the results, because you will actually see the eligibility. You can take that to the client and say, here's, we can get your grant. Would you like to get started? Once they say yes, you get started with the grant software. It will do all the work. You put in a few answers, questions, and boom, you have everything that you need to put on the application, the portal. Starting every single thing that you need to do will be outlined and detailed in there.
I like the way you explain that, Bimal, because grants can seem like this giant, complicated maze, but the way you simplified it, it really makes it sound approachable and achievable. So that's such a relief for people who've avoided grants because they seem too complex. So thank you for explaining it to us, Bimal. And now, there are plenty of funding tools out there. And I'm sure that our listeners also know that. From your perspective, what makes the funding forge different from everything else?
So first of all, grants, people have to know that grants you don't pay back. Unlike loans, you have to pay back with interest. So this is money that you're getting to do your work that clients don't have to pay back. So it is free money. So this is something that it exists out there, but people don't know how to take advantage of it. So I'm building this software that allows consultants, coaches, trainers to take advantage of this, and then apply and get that. And there's all the different states in the US that have this, and then this will allow them to go in, put in the basic. They don't have to worry about the grants. They just need to find the right people. They need to have the basic information that is required. And once you do that, it walks them through. And for all those, so there are three levels. So the first is the millionaire club, in the millionaire level, where you make a base level of million. Then it's the multi-million accelerator, where you can grow from more than $1 million. And the third level is the 5 million, elite 5 million, which allows you to make up to $5 million in your business. So now there is plenty of coaches. I would say almost 80 to 90, 85% of coaches who are below $1 million in revenue per year. So this will help them accelerate their revenue up to $1 million in the and take their business with a small group of clients. You don't have to go after a lot of clients, and that is the magic of this. You can take this, work with a base level of clients that you feel comfortable, and take it easy, and you don't have to have a big team or this or that and high expenses. So it is a lean model of your business, high profitability, comfortable, where you can work deep into the existing clients and spend more time with clients that you love to work with. And that's what this whole model is designed with, because that's what I've been doing for years.
Got it, Bimal. That's a clear distinction, and I think people will really appreciate hearing that. So, let's proceed to the funding rules and compliances that seems to shift constantly. How do you make sure your platform stays up to date and relevant?
So that's what the includes, with the subscription and the renewals, all the updates we keep up. We have a whole team that will keep up the updates. So everything will be updated in the app on an on constant basis. So you don't have to worry. It's just like, if you have software and the software gets updated in the phone and you get a notification, new update available, this, and then gives you release notes. If you've ever looked at any of those updates, whether it's in your car or whether it's in your software, whether it's in your phone or your smartphone or app, we will be constantly updated, not just for the technicalities of the software, but also what the software does for you to help get in compliance and, do all the funding rules. So that is something that we will take care of the back end that you don't have to worry. So, that is part of the deal. So that is something that we take care of, and that includes in the software. So, you can be stress free and say, okay, everything is updated and everything is taken care of.
That's so important, Bimal, and that's really reassuring to know that this platform is designed to evolve along with those changes so user don't get left behind. Thank you so much. So for listeners who want to get started, again, let's highlight what's the very first step that they should take to begin using the grant software.
So there's a link called bit.ly/, the funding force. You're going to put in the show notes. And if you're watching this on YouTube or you're listening this under the podcast, or, you access this podcast wherever you do, in the show notes, there will be a link. Click on that link. It will walk you through, ask you a few questions. So we know, where you are and what your goals are, and see if this is a good fit. And then we'll reach out to you and tell you to walk you through the next steps. We also providing a link that if you want to try grants and see, if some of your clients qualify for grants, we'll offer you free pre-qualification. So you can go through and ask, answer a few questions on the link that says bit.ly/grants now. That's also in the show notes. So just click that. So either one of those steps will help you. That's the first step to say, one, do you qualify for a grant, or, does your clients qualify? Are you working in the space where your clients can get it? And then secondly, the software, is this something that will work for you? So this is something, you can take that, just answer a few questions, and we take it from there.
Perfect. That sounds super approachable, Bimal. And also, you mentioned about a free trial earlier. So that's such a smart approach. I like giving people the chance to experience it firsthand without pressure. That really helps build trust and shows that you really believe in the value of what you've built. So thank you so much for that. And that's also highlight here that you've written an entire 13 book series. So, which of your book highlight grand strategies, and how can our listeners get their hands on them?
So one thing on free trial, this is better than any other free trial that's out there, because this free trial actually helps you make money compared to any other software that you see. You pay, and sometimes, they offer you 1 week, 2 weeks, and sometimes those time passes so fast that you don't even know those 2 weeks are up, and then your credit card gets charged or anything like that. Over here, there's no credit card collection. You just get the free trial, and then, you will lose access after the three, free pre-qualifications that you get. So however long it takes. So this is something that allows you to, and, whenever you start for it, the things that are locked get unlocked. As simple as that. So you have unlimited access, free trial until you make money. That is the bottom line. And that is no other software that does that. All the 13 books that I written, they're in the series called Becoming a Pioneer, because the basis fundamental is my mission is making pioneers out of entrepreneurs. I believe that every individual, every business is unique, and they can be pioneers and leaders in the industry. And, the fundamental is becoming the only one. So the concept of grants is, spread out in all 13 books, in some places through links or resources, or even at the end of every chapter where you get, a summary and you get access to those. However, specifically, in book number 5 through 8, there's some specific sections that talk about different types of grants and how you can apply and what you can do and what they are, and walk you through it. And I'm making it easy for my competitors, actually, people who are in the same shoes as I am to go out there and get grants.
Fantastic, Vimal. And you're not just giving people technology, you're also equipping us with knowledge. So, having both resources and education and also opportunity to earn is really sets entrepreneurs up for a long-term success. So thank you so much, Bimal, for sharing your insights and for creating tools that makes scaling up feel possible and practical for our entrepreneurs, consultants, and everyone. Thank you so much.
And don't forget to take the $100 Amazon gift card that you are getting for being attentive and listening to this podcast, wherever, or the podcast if you're watching this on YouTube. So take that $100 Amazon gift card. It's a free gift card, no strings attached. Click that link below in the show notes and get access to all the books and all the resources. That $100 could make you 100,000, million, who knows? They're great ideas, structures, tools, resources. So take it and really take your business to the next level and become an entrepreneur, become a pioneer, become a pioneer. Hello, pioneers and entrepreneurs. My name is Bimal Shah. I'm on a mission to make pioneers out of entrepreneurs by helping you achieve your 3-year goal in 1 year that is tied to your 25-year vision and 5-year moonshot. I do it through 90-day leaps and weekly sprints and through my own proprietary 4-leap system. I've also written 13 books, the Becoming a Pioneer series. I've founded the Pioneers Academy, the Pioneers platform, and several resources that help you on several different platforms: the Thrive platform, Transform platform, and Transcend platform. So these are resources and tools that I built for you to double your business in a year and scale exponentially and become the only one in your business.